Hi, I'm Sunny. And I'm Tyza.
Every morning you gotta get on your Zoom at 10.
Pandemica, Purell, Quarantina.
Like towards the end, you kind of knew who you really were when you were about to walk into a restaurant. Were you like, oh, I better go get my mask? Or was a part of you like this?
Do you like that?
I'm making a bad decision. Oh my god, wait.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm the eldest Gen Z. Welcome to a video about... So the other day I was listening to a new song and I was really enjoying the lyrics. I was really vibing with the song. And then suddenly the artist said this.
Told me to travel, but there's COVID on the plane.
The mention of that forbidden C-word really took me out of my element. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what does the internet have to say about COVID, coronavirus, the pandemic in 2023.
Dating after COVID world is weird.
So do we hug or like fist bump? Oh, elbows, yeah.
Zoom dates. I didn't know Zoom dates was a thing.
Everyone's life is falling apart, so no one has the capacity to date properly.
Zoom dates where they Uber food to me and then pretend my Wi-Fi isn't working so I can eat alone.
I did, but not a lot. I don't like it.
There's a recession, so everyone's too broke to date.
Everything's supposed to just be moving on, and it's like, what? No, things are still weird.
Got together in the height of COVID. It was the summer of 2020. You go from like knowing this person to being stuck with this person. Things started opening up again. Once I saw how he was in public, how social he was, how not social I am, it brought up a lot of problems between us.
I've ordered the Uber Eats, like, log in.
And some people are really wonderful, and there are people out there that will love you and respect you. So they are hard to find. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It gets worse every day.
Hey everyone, Editor Me here. I just wanted to drop in and let you know that I am actually working on a video right now all about dating in the present day and dating apps and the impact, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.
I've come across a variety of creators on various platforms who are still using nicknames for the C word, the vid, roro, pandemic.
I feel like Connie's a good one. Cool. If we want to use like the drag lexicon, we can call it the coughatondra. Dirty cough also works too.
In this video, I'm not even sure if I should be saying the word or if I should be bleeping those words out. There was a time where certain platforms, the monetization of the creator was being affected by whether or not they said the word COVID. And I don't even know if they're still there, but do you recall the little watch flags that would pop up on certain videos that mention the coronavirus? What I'm saying is, can we say that word?
Getting the schmack-shmation.
And then there's also the masks of it all. Did I wear masks? Would I wear masks? Yes. If that's not something you are used to seeing and you suddenly go from seeing everyone's face to seeing half their face or less than half their face all of a sudden. But for me now, when I see someone wearing a mask and I'm not wearing a mask, I am brought to a moment of heightened consciousness. It was really jarring at first to go out into public and see everybody wearing face coverings. You remember a time when, to go into your local grocery store, you had to be wearing a mask, and we all saw the Karen videos online of people arguing with store clerks about why they shouldn't have to wear a mask, and this and that. When I see that, and this looks like maybe a high schooler, middle schooler, I can't really tell, it makes me think like, no, you started wearing a mask during a very pivotal time of your development. For a teenager who's still wearing a mask every single day since 2020, yeah, they might care about their health. And also, if you started wearing a mask at the age of 10 and that's not something you ever did, and then suddenly every time you go out in public, you have to wear a mask, even 3 years later, if you still have a desire to wear a mask, that makes sense. For the song to be like, oh my god, it's not that deep. It is that deep. It is. That was a very pivotal time of their life. No matter how old you are, it impacted you. You're talking about someone who's young and whose brain is still forming. There's going to be an impact there. Let me know your thoughts. And And there's also this concept online of people still just wearing N95 masks because they're unattractive. This is really a trend I've seen mostly going around, posted by like people who look maybe like they might be in high school.
We all know you're just keeping it on because you're ugly, bro.
I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.
A parasocial relationship defined as a non-reciprocal connection with a public figure. And that makes sense because people know a lot about celebrities, but celebrities don't know a lot about us.
If you've listened to a certain number of hours of someone's content, you do start to feel like you know them to a degree. You start to feel like you understand intimate details of their life. After a certain period of time, naturally that parasocial dynamic starts to come into play. And that has many layers, many ranges. When you go back to clips from that time and just hearing the like struggle and pain in people's voices.
Oh my god, what is that?
I don't know if that's happened to you, but like even listening to content from that time, it just feels strange. And we were really going through it, and people are still going through it. In particular, Naomi Ekperigin with her now husband, Andy Beckerman, where they talk about things and they're hilarious. Naomi still doesn't really ever say COVID. Always puts a little cute spin on it. And maybe it's because she's a comedian and that's just how she speaks. But it's also like having had that parasocial relationship with their content and listening to their content now, just knowing that history, I don't think it's insignificant. Things are still weird, but also that time provided a lot of people with varying degrees of clarity about certain things in their lives. One could say that whatever realizations you had when you were locked down in your apartment with your family for 6 months, one could say that those were going to happen for you anyway. Sure. One could also argue that that particular circumstance had a specific impact. I think there are a lot of people who genuinely are freaking out in their bodies and in their brains. Ripples out to their community members. People across all stages of COVID, including those who were and were not hospitalized, have experienced challenges with attention, memory, and executive functioning. Further research is needed to understand the full mechanisms and implications. Shout out to the researchers out there and all the scientists who are learning more about this and other illnesses, because y'all are true heroes, and especially working for those pharmaceutical companies.
Hey y'all, I noticed a couple articles talking more about long COVID. Some additional context on what researchers are saying, and this is obviously a very quick synopsis of the whole file of knowledge on this illness. The Google title that drew me in was Penn Study Finds Serotonin Reduction Causes Long COVID Symptoms. The title is Viral Persistence in Serotonin Reduction Can Cause Long COVID Symptoms. Serotonin, which is a chemical that carries messages between nerve cells in the brain and throughout your body. Right. What helps serotonin? Regular exercise and body movement. I did see another article that said something about COVID is a respiratory illness and long COVID is a neurological illness, I believe is what it said. So if you have more insight on that, maybe you have a personal experience with long COVID, let me know down below. I'm really curious what people's thoughts are, because this is not something that I have personally dealt with. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below.
I'm really grateful for a lot of the content that came out of that time, where people were finding ways to find humor in all of it. If you've watched Bo Burnham's Inside,
You're coming home with me.
Do you know anything about this thing we talked about in history class? The year 2020.
They taught you what?
Does anyone know the answer to question 2? Antonio!
I was here the whole time. My Wi-Fi was lagging.
Finally! I'm graduating high school today. The biggest day of my life. Here we go.
Mac Harrison.
Wow, that was so fun. Somehow that was more fun than prom. Oh wait, we didn't have one of those either.
Mom, I freaking hate high school.
That is the best way to cope in some situations and for certain people. So if that works for you, let me know your thoughts. So that's gonna be all for today's video. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Be sure to follow me over on TikTok. You'll see me a lot sooner over there. And I'll see you next time. Bye!